Yo, what my boy Dwight Howard going through is so crazy, bro. It's such a mess. Hey, yo, this is Stereo Mike from the Stereo Crew. I heard this 911 audio of Dwight Howard calling the police on his wife without specifically saying it was her, but he was pointing the elbow and he was being real careful. It sounded like somebody that was conscious of the fact that they was being recorded. But one thing I noticed too about his voice, he didn't necessarily sound like he was high, but he sounded like he had been partying. He sounded like he was coming down off something real strong. And yo, remember when his wife went live a few days ago, held up that big ass bag of snow, and she was like, yo, this is what I'm losing my husband to. I'm losing my marriage because of this right here. That was like a party bag. You feel me? Like I'm talking like that was a lot. That was a big party bag. I don't want to believe that Dwight Howard is using that much, but that was a lot. That was crazy. And then y'all accused her of taking a sniff. I didn't see that. But yo, it should never, whatever he's doing, it should never get to the point where CPS is getting called to the crib, right? Didn't she say that they came up in there and took their stepdaughter up out of there? See, that's Dwight's real daughter, his biological daughter. Bro, it should never get to that point. I remember a couple years back when a lawsuit got filed against Dwight. Y'all remember that? It was some guy that Dwight had allegedly had a threesome with, right? And then the guy tried to say, like, nah, Dwight, he SA'd me and he did this, that, and the third or whatever, whatever. So basically, long story short, the guy alleges he alleged a lot of shit. But one of the things he said is that he gets to Dwight's crib thinking that it's gonna be just him and Dwight, because they've been texting all kinds of freak boy stuff. Yo, he gets to Dwight crib and a dude named Kitty enters the picture, which, yo, that's like a dude named Kitty is wild to me, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's how do you like a dude named Kitty? That's nuts. That's nuts. But the white had to come with, I believe it was the white, right? I believe it was the white that had to come with the text messages to court to say, hey, yo, me and this guy, we set this up. Me and this guy that's suing me, we was talking, this is how we give it up. He came over, he knew what it was, whatever, whatever. I'm not sure who came with the text messages, but from the way I remember it, the white came with I think. I don't know, but don't quote me. But either way, that just goes to the history. Remember, bro, yo, y'all remember this clip? Y'all know the clip I'm talking about. Where Dwight he was on the NBA, it was an NBA game, right? And Dwight was on the bench. He goes to sit on the bench. He's walking across the sidelines. He go to sit down on the bench. Excuse my voice, y'all. I'm getting over a cold. This cold been really kicking my ass, but whatever. Look, the white goes and sit down on the bench, and as he's sitting down, the dude that he's sitting next to, first of all, he goes and purposely awkwardly squeeze in between two dudes that's already sitting with no space in between them, right? He goes and awkwardly scoots down in there, and as he's sitting down, I think it's like the guy to his right, the white just reaches his hand down and grab homeboy by his stuff. At that moment, he stopped being Superman for me. I remember when he put on the cape at the All-Star game, like that was a big deal. He was Superman, right? Yo, I don't care about your preferences, right? Or whatever you're doing in the bedroom. That's not what this is about. What it's about, the reason he stopped being Superman on that day is because, bro, how flagrant are you gonna be where you like, yo, you don't know you on TV? So I knew at that moment, if the white is doing that on TV in his private life, oh, he giving it up filthy. You already know, bro. If you doing shit like that on TV, bro, you 7 feet tall. Everywhere you walk, you're being looked at. It's cameras on you every step you take. You 7 feet tall. You Dwight Howard at an NBA game. Everybody's looking at you. It's cameras on you at every moment. How do you, bro, you gotta, that takes a lot of heart. You feel me? That takes a lot of heart and a lot of bravery. The guy that he grabbed his stuff, the guy that Dwight grabbed his stuff, homeboy didn't even react the way I wanted him to react. I should have saw the fist of fury flying on the sidelines over there, right? It should have got crazy. You should have got wild. You should have got active. I don't care how big Dwight Howard. Yeah, he's 7 feet tall. So what? Yo, he's a dude, and he put his hand between your. Yo, that's SA allegedly, possibly, right on the court. Yo, you let him do that? At that moment, I knew like it's some wild shit going on in NBA locker rooms. It's some wild shit going on in our favorite celebrities' lives, right? That's what I'm here for, to talk about it. But no, some real shit though. I do want Dwight and his family to. I want Dwight to do better. First of all, I want Dwight to do better, and I want him and his family to be whole, to be complete. If him and his wife, if they gotta get a divorce, y'all can't make it work, then y'all can't make it work. But it should never get to the point where the shit that the grown-ups doing is affecting the children. Y'all got CPS coming up in y'all crib and taking, like, what, the stepdaughter? Come on, bro. There should never be no kids getting forcibly removed up out the household, bro. That's an L. You gotta hold that forever, right? But I want Dwight to be okay. You know, I want his whole family to be okay. All right. So that was just on my mind. I just wanted to talk about that. That 911 call was crazy. It really was. Like, bro, what do you got going on at the crib where it can't be like none of this shit can be contained? It all gotta come to the internet. When it's the news, it's the news. It all gotta come to the internet. It shouldn't be that way. But, you know, take care of home, y'all. Take care of home, take care of your family, and take the time to hug your family. That shit is important. Hug your family. If you ain't got no family, hug yourself. Shit. It'll be all right. Hey, yo, this Stereo Mike, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Y'all be safe out there.